First play of the game, we get the jump ball. Jet, you come down the court. This is a good shot here. Nobody stops you. Nobody's guarding you. First good quality shot of the game. Good job. Good defense right here. Way to get your hand on this pass, King, and to knock this away. Then way to look up the court and get Josh this pass. And Josh, nice finish for the layup. Good defense to offense. Good execution out of DT. Good screen, King. And Jet, good shot. Josh, way to get him the pass where he can shoot it right away. This is an example of you guys pulling the shot back out. So King misses right here. We get the loose ball. King, you get it. And then instead of trying to attack right away, I'm probably telling you to bring it out. Now you bring it out and we set up again. And you bring it out high. Always bringing that ball out high, just like you're doing right now, gives us an opportunity to rerun the offense again and get a quality shot. Now we move the ball. We get the exchange. Josh drives to the paint, hits Eddie down low. Eddie gets a high quality shot. So King, great decision of that. Remember, if we get an offensive rebound and we can't score right away, that is just a simple, easy basket or easy shot. Pull it back out and reset the offense. Mateo gets a steal here and goes for the layup. Here goes an example of us getting an offensive rebound, and then we do get a quick shot. So Mateo gets it and he throws it out to Josh. Josh is wide open, but he sees that Eddie's even more wide open and shoots the wide open shot. This would be an example of when we get the actual offensive rebound, we go up right away for that shot, and then Eddie grabs another one and gets a good look. That shot Eddie just took, that's a good look directly off of an offensive rebound to shoot right away. Good defense here, picking up full court man-to-man, working and guarding. Josh, you play good defense on the ball right here on number one. Sliding your feet, staying in front. He picks up the dribble, active hands. Then we get a switch here. Good job with you and Mateo to switch right on time. Josh is really applying this pressure. Mateo gets this steal, rips it away. Big guard, gets us a layup. Excellent job. Jet, good steal here. You go for the layup and you miss it. But the good thing is we have King and Josh coming down the court following a shot. Josh shoots it and misses it. Mateo grabs a rebound. Mateo, again, good job of pulling it out. You didn't look like you had a good shot, so you pull it out high. And then now King is able to attack a defense that wasn't ready and gets himself a layup. So once again, I want you guys to see those reads in those areas when you get an actual offensive rebound, when to shoot and when to pull it out. Great job, Mateo. Good finish, King. Mateo, this is a really good take out of fist for you. You get this screen and you come right off it and you attack this gap right here down the middle and you get yourself a quality look here. You split them and you get a nice runner here. Excellent look. Way to attack in fist. We come right back in fist again, now this time with Jet and Eddie. Eddie sets the screen and Jet attacks the middle too. But then everybody kind of converges on him. And Jet does a great job. He could either pass to King or he can pass it over to Josh. And he picks Josh and swings the ball. Number one starts to come out to Josh, and then even also this guy starts to come Josh's way. So Josh takes it and swings it to King. Now remember, King, anytime we have an off-balance closeout, he's going at you off balance this way. We should be ripping and driving to the baseline. So you should be ripping and driving with your right hand. You do shot fake here and still get a shot, but attack that closeout and go right. Good shot, though. We call fist again. Josh, good job to set up the screen. Eddie comes over. Josh reads the defense. The defense is sunk in, so he swings the ball directly to Jet right away, and Jet gets himself a quality open look. Way to read the defense, Josh. Good pass. Good shot, Jet. Mateo, way to slide here without using your hands. You're just sliding with them, moving your feet and not putting your hands on them, using your chest. Great defense there. Josh, good pull up here. They're not ready to guard. So you just pull up into a three. You have momentum behind you. You miss a shot. Good shot attempt. Mateo, great job of making this pass right on the money to Josh where he can turn around, catch, and shoot. It goes right into his shooting pocket. He turns and hits the shot. Good shot, Josh. Good shot again, Josh. You pull up. Once again, they're not guarding you. You just pull into the three and shoot it. No hand is up. Good shot. Way to make that. Josh, way to thread the needle with this pass. David starts cutting to the basket, and you see him cutting to the basket. And when he cuts, you thread this needle in that gap and give him a bounce pass, and he gets himself a look at the rim. Great pass, great vision, and a way to get that offensive rebound, Josh. Great job here denying the ball to where he can't catch it. Ball comes into play. Camden almost gets a steal, and they pick it up. Eddie, way to always stay locked in and be engaged. Your eyes are on the person who now has the ball. You come over and help, and you cause the travel. Excellent job. King, excellent help here. Camden goes for the reach and doesn't get the ball. So now he's coming down. And you rotate over, and you take this guy, and you help right away. Excellent job. Way to keep those hands up and way to wall up. Allows him to miss this shot. We don't get this rebound, and then Eddie has his hands up, walling in the paint, and doing the things that we teach and keeping those hands up. Excellent job. Way to battle. Way to be fundamental. Good defense here, Jet. Way to get this steal. Way to beat him to the spot. But when we talked about shot selection after getting a steal, I want to tell you why. Once you get the steal, this isn't a good shot. Now you've stolen. So the right thing to do right now is to pass this ball to Josh, because Josh would get a wide open layup. But instead, you take a shot, even without driving the basketball, right here with a hand in your face. This would be an example of taking a bad shot after the steal. Okay, now we're in 41. Once again, the purpose of 41 is to have all this space. Right now, this team is playing man-to-man defense, which their man-to-man defense is not better than us. There are so many gaps that are open. So Josh and Jet exchange. King, right now, you got all this space. You could be driving already. You do end up driving, which is fine. You still have that space. So way to attack the gaps because they're there, and way to get off a quality shot at the rim and to get the bucket. We're back in 41. Way to get everybody set up. And Josh, once again, we attack these gaps. These defenders are pretty much hugging their man. So he's over here. He's over here. Nobody is on the midline. Nobody is in the gaps. So now, Josh, you got this middle drive wide open because you got space. So if you guys got the ability to beat somebody one-on-one, go for it. And then, Josh, you draw a pass, and Camden gets a quality reverse layup. Great drive there, great pass, great read. Jet, way to call fist here. Camden comes up for the screen. The guy sags off. He doesn't come up to you. He gives you the space, and you shoot the three, and you get a quality look. Good shot, Jet. We get fist right here. Camden comes up for the screen. Josh, way to make the read. Camden sets you a good screen. You come off the screen, but you already have amazing vision here to see that King is wide open, standing right here in this corner. And you make a great bounce pass to him for him to get a quality look. Pretty good defense on this baseline out of bounds. Everybody's matched up to 9. Ball comes in, Josh is guarding. When that ball comes in, King rotates over to the midline, which is good. Josh's hands is active. Jet is inside the gap. Ball gets swung. King, you're out there. You're engaged. You're focused. I can see that. So excellent job with that. And we get guys rotating over to the midline. Mateo, you have to be more over to the midline. Josh, you got to be over to the midline as well. And then it seems like Jet is coming over to the midline. So Josh is kind of on it now. Camden has his guy in the corner. King is right here in the gap position. We're doing a good job. Josh is active and seeing the floor. And now Mateo is on the midline as well. So good job here with being active. The ball continues to be live. We continue to guard with a lot of energy and a lot of focus. We don't get this rebound, but it doesn't stop us from defending. Mateo gets his hand up, and then we get the rebound. Excellent job. King, you get beat here on this pass, but a way to sprint to get back in front. And you play a good possession of defense right here. You're engaged, you're focused, you are sliding your feet. He picks up his dribble. He's on his left foot, and you're up on him, and they let him get away with the travel here. That's a travel. That was great defense. He scores this bucket, but that's a travel. Excellent defense. That's the way we want teams to score on us, with excellent defense over them. Josh, nice move from change of speeds, going from walking to moving really quickly. You give him a nice quick in and out cross, keeping it simple. Now you're coming down the lane. Like I said, these gaps are open because nobody is inside the gaps. Everybody's staying hugged to their man. So now you come down the paint and you make a great pass to Camden. Great bounce pass. Camden gets himself a wide open layup. Excellent read. They start coming down in transition. We play some good transition defense. Josh is trying to stop the ball, staying in front, almost gets a steal. He has to pick up the dribble, and then Josh starts walling. Hands are up, active, got his body on him. We got Jet active here in the gap for the steals. Mateo's coming up here for the steals. This is an excellent job. And then Mateo, you're now guarding your man, and you're focused, you're engaged. You beat him to the spot. Way to sprint. Way to be engaged and focused. I can see it in your face. Everybody is in the right area, and we're guarding, and we get a turnover. Great job. Josh, way to keep the game simple. He's not ready to guard you. He's standing up, so you start driving him. Now, you end up drawing over Jet's man. So he comes over to help, and Jet is able to come out. And you make the right read. He comes all the way over to cut you off. You jump stop. You swing the ball, and you pass it to Jet. And he gets a wide open three. Excellent job. Tail, I love the defense here. You are working, sliding your feet, bringing pressure to him. You get beat, then you run to go cut him off to get back in front. You are turning him all over the court. Now he has to go to the whole other side of the court. You're playing amazing defense. Great job. This is good engaged defense here. Mateo, right on him, sliding your feet, staying in front, big slides, kicking out that leg. This is a great job. Jet comes over and gets the steal. We're coming down the court. Excellent job here, Mateo, to sprint back. This ball comes in to Josh, and your man takes off. He starts going down the court, and you give a quality effort to sprint and get ahead of the ball and to get ahead of your man. You taking off to make this run stops him from being able to catch this ball and to be by himself. Now you're there, you get in front, you slide your feet, you stay in front, you apply pressure, and guess what we end up getting? A turnover because of the defense that you've caused. Jet goes for this steal and just misses it. But Josh has his back as a teammate. He comes over to close out on this shot. We get this rebound and we start running down the court. Way to take off, everybody. Jets in the sprint, Mateo's in the sprint, Camden and Josh. King, great early up pass, and Josh Witt used the left hand for the lay. Good defense here. Way to pressure the inbounder, King. Jet, I see a focused face. I see an engaged face. I love this. He loses the ball. King goes down the court, coast to coast for the layup. Great defense, great focus, guys. They get the ball in, and they start taking off and getting down the court, and Jet's trying to work to get in front of the ball. Josh, way to sprint down this court. Camden, way to sprint down this court. Everybody sprint Mateo. And we don't give up on this play. Josh, you're able to get in here and able to strip this ball away, and then you dive to try to keep the ball live. Excellent job, excellent hustle. We're in 41. Jet swings the ball. King and Jet exchanges. Josh, way to see these gaps. These guys are not in the gap. They are hugging. So you got the lanes wide open. And you rip, and you go straight to the rim, and you get fouled, and you get to the basket. Excellent job. Jet, amazing defense here. Way to move your feet, way to be engaged, way to be focused. This is the work that we want every single time from you guys, and we love it. Josh, good take care. Way to have change of speeds with the hezzy. Boom, hezzy. You get straight to the paint. You should just go all the way for the layup. You try to float it, but just go all the way for the layup. You just missed it, but good drive, good take. After Josh misses the shot, we end up getting the loose ball. King, you get the ball here. Now, when you have this ball, look at the defense. You got this guy on you that's coming over. If you come straight down here and cross over to your right, you end up getting down the paint for a layup. But you don't go to your right. And Josh is sitting here wide open. Right now, this should be a pass to Josh. And Josh, you should even be cutting here to the basket to where he can just pass it to you right here, and then you get a layup. But King, you got to be able to see that. Even now, Josh is still wide open, and I'm sure he might be calling your name, or he should be calling your name, and we get a turnover. So make that simple play next time, King. Right after King's turnover, Jet picks up the ball. Jet, this would be an example of taking a bad shot right after getting kind of the steal. You should have done one or two things. Pass it to Josh, but really you should have just brought it back out high and set up 41, because now you take a shot with a hand all in your face, and this is not a good look. Josh, good move here. Nice double cross. You get the switch. You cross over to the right. Then you cross back over with the left. You get the defender off balance. Nobody moves over to help at all. So you're basically one-on-one, and you get a quality jump shot. You miss it, but way to use your ball handling to get a good shot. Good job, Eddie, right here on defense. Your back is to the basket. You anticipate the steal, and you get it. So great job. Bring the ball up the court. You get it over to Josh. When we get down the court, you get a great opportunity to create a basket and be aggressive. So you catch here. When you first catch this ball, remember, we have gaps and spaces, right? You can drive this way and split these two, or you can also drive the baseline. So you get positioned up. Josh ends up moving out of the way. You have a nice drive left. You want to keep with that drive, get in his body, bump him, and try to get all the way to that basket. Right here is that bump. And you give him the bump. Then you keep your pivot, which is good. You could have turned and shot right here, but you made a great unselfish pass to get the ball to David. David has a man coming with an off-balance closeout. He's able to attack it and get a quality shot. And then immediately, I know you are coming in there to crash the boards. And you go in there and pretty much get the rebound together. You and Camden run into each other. Great job, great pass, great defense. Way to go for the rebound. Okay, we get fist called again. Now we get it with Eddie and Jet. Time's winding down to end the second half. Great screen, Eddie. Way to hit him really good. Jet, you're dribbling the ball, and way to make a big shot. Players make plays. Excellent shot, Jet. That's why we called it for you. Good job. Jet, this is for you. We were talking about this in practice. Now, you have the ability to drive and shoot the ball. You settle for shooting a lot. So you kind of break this guy's ankles here. He's backpedaling. You do get the shot. But don't forget that there's a lot of space. They're in man defense. They are all hugged up. The gaps are wide open. You can now drive all the way to the basket and get yourself a closer shot or a layup. So mix in drives. Yes, you're open, and this shot is still a great shot. It's not a bad shot at all. But when you have all that space, also consider taking the drive into that space. Really good defense here, Mateo. You're in front, you're engaged, sliding your feet, one-on-one with this guy, using your feet, using your body to play solid defense, and you contest the shot. Great defense. Great job, Tail. Nice drive right here, King. Way to be aggressive. You get a high-quality layup at the rim, and you miss it. That's okay. We end up getting the offensive rebound. Josh gets the ball, and he swings it out. And Jet, this is what I mean with taking those drives too right now, right? You kind of shot fake a little bit, and now you drive to the basket. And now you get yourself a closer shot. So mix that into your game a little bit more, and this will be an example of you using that. Small details. Jet misses this shot. So now he has the ball, and King, you have to stop the ball. But all you do is reach for the ball. And since you reach for the ball, he's able to now go down the court, and then they go all the way to the rim, and he gets fouled. So next time, get in front, stop the ball. Don't just reach for the ball. Same thing for you here, Josh. We talk about shot selection. Same thing with Jet. So now you're able to get around this guy. And yes, you're wide open here for a pull-up. But also there's nobody in front of you. You can continue to come down this lane and get yourself a floater that's closer or even a layup straight at the rim. So instead of taking this three, once again, it's wide open. It's a great shot. But you could have got an actual fantastic shot right here. So make sure that we're making smart decisions in shot selection. That wasn't a bad shot, but you passed up a way better shot. Good hustle here, Mateo. You're starting to get beat, and you're sprinting down the floor. Then Eddie, you get right back ahead of the ball, and you're guarding. And you're able to get a hand on the ball and knock it away, and you get on the floor for the jump ball. Excellent job. Jay, let's talk about the ball screen. Remember, when you come off, you're always ready to shoot, but there's times when you need to attack. So Ari sets this screen. Right now, you should be attacking this guy. Like, meaning you're going this way to the basket and trying to get to the layup. Everything doesn't have to be the shot because you pick up your dribble here to shoot. Then he closes it up, and now you can't shoot. Eddie, you're always around them, and we're very appreciative of that. This is a loose ball. You knock it down. You get on the floor. You're always the first to the floor. Way to fight for the ball.